Okay, our next speaker is Frank Mars, who is a third-year PhD student in statistics. And he knew he wanted to study statistics when he collected engineering test data and did not have the expertise to analyze it. With his degree, he hopes to become a professor. Don't do it. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry. Sorry. So his title today is Who Influences Whom in Environmental Politics?
Climate change is a defining global issue of our time. If we are going to meaningfully reduce the impact of humans on the environment, then we require collective action around the globe. This motivates the study of who influences whom in global environmental politics. So we and our colleagues and political scientists compiled a new data set of 50 years of environmental treaty ratifications. We analyze this data set to estimate influences of countries around the globe for the very first time. So the challenge in this study is the particular type of data that we have. So we only observe interactions between countries and treaties, which I've drawn here in this cartoon, where a white line is a ratification of a treaty by a country. However, what we want to estimate are these unobserved influences between countries. So many existing approaches of going from here to here are ad hoc at best. However, recently in 2015, Peter Hoff proposed a new model for this particular type of data, wherein the unobserved influences actually give rise to the ratifications that we observe. So we can use this model to actually estimate these unobserved influences. However, there are drawbacks to this approach. Hoff's model is complex and nonlinear, and that makes it both difficult to estimate and interpret. So if you come up with some reliable estimates, it's not clear what an influence between two countries practically means in this model. So we propose a new generative model for this type of data. Our model is easy to estimate with existing off-the-shelf tools, and it's simple to interpret. Our interpretation is if the US has a positive influence on, say, the UK, then our ratification of a treaty means the UK is more likely to ratify that same treaty. Simple. Lastly, we prove mathematically that given enough data, our model recovers all the complexity of the Hoff model. Okay, so what do we actually learn from this? In estimating our model, we learned that regions tend to act together and follow the most economically developed countries. This suggests that one strategy for enacting global political change is to seek consensus among the richest countries across the globe in different regions. But we can actually do more. We can make predictions with our model as well. And just as an example, we estimate that the US's entry into the UN framework on climate change doubled Mexico's likelihood of entry and increased Russia's likelihood tenfold. So quickly, in conclusion, we can use our model to inform policy decisions on a macro and micro scale. Thank you.